Hello, hello,
Hello, and
papitos.
welcome to the Papi podcast episode number.
Five. Yes.
Hey,
As you can see, we are only two today. We are having Flo is with
he's
his
on
friend.
vacation.
Is on
Flo
vacation.
is on
Yeah.
vacation. Yeah.
And as you can see, also we changed the settings. We are on Zoom because we are not together in Barcelona for the coming month. So we will be recording online. But I think it will not
Yeah,
change a lot for the ones listening on Spotify.
exactly. You can still listen to our crispy, sexy voices, but also check us out on our virtual background here on Zoom.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, yeah, Flo is, I believe, now in Vienna. He was gonna go to Hungary to visit his
Yeah.
parents. I'm also visiting my parents here in Aruba, baby. Yes, so I'm on the Caribbean island, and yeah, Tom is in Barcelona. So we are
Yeah.
all in different locations.
Yeah, look, I'm touching. Wait,
Power. Yeah,
wait, I have
that's
to do
the
it like this.
power
I'm
of
touching the
technology. Can we
fire.
high five? Can we let me see? Let me see. Yeah, go for it. Hey,
Yay! High five.
okay, Tom. High five. Go. Hey. All right. So those high fives bring the energy up,
Yeah.
up, and above. All right.
Okay. Right,
So
everyone, thank you for listening our latest podcast. We got very nice feedback from everyone. And so thank you so much for your words and for everything. And if you have any friends or anyone that want to share it, also we'll be really more than grateful for you to do it. It can help many people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nevin, what do you want to talk? We already talked a lot together, but it's there are many things we can discuss. Last time we
Yeah.
talked about being the antenna a bit, but we can talk about something
It's
else.
a good time to like make clear that that we have no script. We never really plan. Maybe it's kind of shame of us, but we always are having these deep talks. We just decided to start recording them, right? So today, me and Tom, we connected for a moment. We were like sharing about each other's lives, but then we decided to do a meditation. Well, I kind of came up with the idea, but
Mm.
then Tom led the meditation. Tom is the meditation master. And what we did is we closed our eyes. We were on a Zoom call, but we closed our eyes and then relaxing, breathing, coming into a state of relaxation. We then had a conversation just listening to the voice of each other. And even though it might seem like as if it's less intimate, it was actually more intimate because I could really like connect with Tom. I could like not look at the Zoom video, but I could imagine him and I could see him in his house and I could see him dancing with all these girls in the bar in Barcelona and I could see his essence in my mind. And I think
Yeah,
today is the day that we talk a bit about what you can create in your mind
yeah,
using the power of meditation, visualization as well. We talked a bit about those topics, but I think more than anything, Tom, it's good that we can give some examples since we look very cool on this video as well of breathing techniques, how you can,
yeah, yeah,
each can give tips on how we can best move forward to that.
yeah. Sure. Maybe we can talk a bit about meditation and also how we started. Also to give some like some
Yeah,
context. So for
that's
me, I
great.
started meditating. I think 4 years ago. I think. Yeah, I think like around 4 years ago, and I started meditating by reading this book called The Power of Now, from Eckhart Tolle. And I believe, or I recommend from everyone that wants to start meditation, or also already is like doing meditation, to read this book
Yeah,
because he also the author also gives a lot of like knowledge and a lot of like tips. He also gives like meditation practices a bit in the book, and also by reading this book, it's really special. But this book is written in a certain way that it's a meditation only by reading it, like because the words and
mm,
the energy that the guy is writing down, it
yeah,
really puts you in the moment. And it's amazing book. It's a really an amazing book, but not only for the text or not only for the content, but also by the way it is written. It
yeah,
really puts you in a meditation like state. And this is how
mm,
I started meditating.
yeah. Well, it's powerful, my mom actually has the book here, so I almost wanted to go run and grab it, but I'm not sure if I would find it. But so from my experience, my feedback is this is a great book. It's a great recommendation, but the book is very big and it has a lot of words. So also, it's a great challenge if for those avid readers, it's good to start, but also to know that it can be also very simple. You know,
Yeah.
maybe people will think, "Oh, do I have to read this whole book to tap into the power of the now?" But the now is like can be so simple. It can be literally like you just focusing all your energy on your finger and then putting it on the top of your nose and then just focusing, just barely touching your nose and just feeling the sensation and just like for a moment closing your eyes and feeling the sensation on your nose. And this is like your finger rubbing your nose, and it can be the most simplest moment that you trick your mind into going to like into this hyper
Yeah.
alert state or focusing on like a specific point. So that's beautiful. That's a great book, by
It's
the
a good.
way. I
Yeah.
really recommend it. The Power of Now by
Yeah.
Eckhart Tolle.
But also to support a bit what we will talk, but also as we
Yes.
said, a bit that we are like you guys listening and girls, that we also
Yeah.
read a lot of books and
Yeah.
we have knowledge, but
Not
also
just
we are
speaking
learning.
from,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're not
I
speaking
understand.
from nothing.
Yeah.
But I would like to explain because maybe some people don't know and why should I be in the moment? Why should I
No.
meditate? Why should I be now? And no, like so Nevin, maybe I will ask you the question, why do you want to be in the now? Why do you meditate?
So I believe that in two ways, and this is for me, maybe it sounds advanced and I've done my work, but I believe that when I pray, when I ask for things to the universe, no, I pray, I talk to the universe, I say, universe, give me a Bugatti. I really want a Bugatti. Please, can I have a Bugatti? And then it's when I meditate, when I shut up and I just be present, and even during my day, that I just stop my mind and really be in the moment, is that the universe can speak to me. And then that's when I'm listening. And so the meditation is when I receive my answers. So that's why I love to be in a calm state, because if I'm stressing and if all of this is like, and then I am not listening really to my intuition or to the
Hmm.
universe. And this is again,
Yeah, so it's
took me
for
a
you.
long
Yeah.
time to reach that that conclusion.
No, it's
But
beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
For me, I would say it's
you,
not,
how
for me,
would
it's
you
not
talk?
really
Yeah,
about it. Sometimes I do meditation when I want to have answers.
yeah,
But most of the time, the meditation is just to relax and to let go of like stress, to let go of things I have to do or things that I would like to do or things
yeah.
that I have done and sometimes we think about the past a lot, like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this better. But meditating, it helps you, or being in the moment, it helps you to remember that it doesn't exist. It's only in your thoughts, in your mind. And then you let
Mhm.
go of this stress. And yeah, man, I really believe the more you become successful, or the more also you have like things to do, or like projects and stuff, the more stress you have, because it's like you're also responsible for you, but then as you grow, also you're responsible for other people. You maybe if you are, let's say you have a family, you're a dad, you have responsibility for your children, for your wife maybe, and if you have a business, you are responsible for your employees. If you, as us, we have also like a organization, the book club. We're also like responsible for the people coming, for the people know that we have responsibility, and I think
Yeah,
that creates some stresses. It creates some stress because,
definitely. Yeah.
and I think meditation for me it helps me to release a bit this stress because otherwise you get overwhelmed. Yeah.
I just got a good visualization for that one. So imagine, do you know, like in your mobile phone, maybe so I wonder who here is like an iPhone user. We got some iPhone, Apple fans in here. Yeah,
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Right. Or are you a Samsung user? It's also good. It's fine. It's good.
Ooh.
You know, Apple is better, but still also fine. We don't judge you. All right. So depending on which one of these phones you use, so basically when you have a tabs open, right? So let's say when you use an app, you open up your app, open up Facebook, and then let's say you go out of Facebook and then you open another app. You open up Instagram, for example. Facebook didn't really close; it's still open in the background. So then you have like these buttons on the bottom. Now I think for Apple now you can just swipe up,
Yeah.
and then you will see all of the open tabs. And this is how your day goes by. You
Mm.
get all of these open tabs that you're running in the background. Your brain is like getting bombarded with like all of this processing that's going on. And then the meditation is kind of like symbolically you going to the state and just swiping and then shoops and then
Yeah.
removing all of the tabs. You're just like disconnecting, plop, 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 and you're resetting again yourself to start the new mini projects, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like really this moment of like reset or everything. And but it's beautiful, Tom, because I also have different levels of meditation that I've experienced. The first time I did it was like I imagined a red rose, and it was funny because I did a meditation, bro. I listened to it maybe 10 times, and each time I heard a red road. So I was like imagining this road, and it's red, and it was like a weird, but it started to work. And then I watched a video suddenly one day, and it was like a red rose. It was very deep, because still to this day, I believe it's one of the most powerful visualizations out there. So imagine in the middle of your chest, a red rose, no, rose. Can you say rose in French?
Rose, yeah, rose.
Rose, all
Rose,
right.
yeah.
And you know how a rose grows? Like it opens up, you know? It opens up. And you just imagine like an infinite opening up of a rose. So just imagine a rose, it's opening up slowly, but it never stops. So it just keeps like, it's almost like a 3D illusion that you create of this rose. And then it goes deeper, because it says that the rose is your soul. And as you grow on earth and you go, you're expanding your soul. And this is what you're constantly doing. So when you're stressed, you can use this visualization. It's like you relax as well, and you imagine a rose in the center of your heart, and then how it just keeps slowly opening up. And this was the first meditation that I ever did, man.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's like opening your heart. You're opening your heart to
Yeah.
yeah, because most of the time we close it because we're afraid of being hurt, and
Yeah, man.
it's beautiful. Yeah, I like it. For me, it was more focusing on the breath, like really classic meditations. But there are millions of meditations. Not,
Yeah.
maybe not millions, but like thousands and thousands of different meditation. But the main concept is to be present. All of them. It's like maybe not all of them. The goal is to be present, but most of them use the presence. It use like you being in present. And
Wow.
why do we want to be present also? And one of the things that it explained in the book, also in The Power of Now, is that nothing else exists, only now, only right now. When you're listening to the podcast now, maybe you're in the train, maybe you're in your car, I don't know, maybe you're at home, but only this moment that you're experiencing at this time, only this exists. Even what I just said now, it's in the past, and it doesn't exist anymore. It's just you having a memory of listening to what I said, but this memory is happening now, because your brain, well, it's a bit complicated, but your brain, like your neurons, they are doing this memory stuff, but in the now, not in the past. It doesn't exist. So that's why also it's really interesting, because then you really understand what does really exist, and what sometimes doesn't exist. Because it's true, as human, we try a lot to predict the future. As humans in general, we try to predict the future crisis, the recessions. No, like in general, like even in economics, but not only in economic, even in your own life, your personal life, we say, oh, what if I say this to this girl, and what she will say, what is she going to say, or what if I do this action, what can happen? No, we always try to predict to the future, and sometimes we can do it because sometimes we have the experience and we can kind of guess, but it's never for granted. It's never for granted, because it's just an imagination. It doesn't exist. I don't know if you see what I mean, Nevin, but it's really, I think it's important to talk about this, because sometimes a lot of people, even maybe us, sometimes we are a lot in our mind, in the future, in the imagination, or what can happen. But we have to remember that only what happens is, or what exists is today, it's now.
And this is okay. Multiple things I'm inspired to talk about.
Yeah.
So let me kind of see how I thank you for sharing, Tom. So the first thing I think I would say is, it's my mind screamed positive thinking. It just said, hey, positive thinking. And it's funny because I remember multiple times where people came to me and made a fight with me, discuss with me that positive thinking is BS, that it's bullshit, that is not right, doesn't work. And it's also like to be present, and then I feel that you have the present moment right there, and then you have the past, and then you have the future, and both of these are projections. So you have like your projection of the past that can change, and your projection of the future. And just imagine yourself as like this tower of light. Your eyes like project like light out there, and so you can project back with your mind and your eyes, and project to the future. Well, actually, in the present, you project with your eyes, your ears, your nose, and this. And then present and future is a creation of the mind, right?
Yeah.
So we have like this vortex, we're in the middle, present, future. And the crazy thing is that by positive thinking or your present thinking
Yeah.
constantly is adapting, changing this projection, right? So now I'm in like, hey, so because of positive thinking, because I'm like saying like, hey, I'm blessed, I'm in Aruba, I'm with my family, it's great, I'm doing a podcast with Tom. In the present moment, my eyes sees me doing a podcast, I'm happy, the energy goes off, I'm feeling in the moment, talking now, sharing now. But also because of the positive thinking, I know that throughout the day, I have no freaking worries. It's gonna be an amazing day. It's already an amazing day now.
Mm.
Positive thinking, it projects the amazing day. And I know that all of my past, whatever happened now, it's all for a reason. I'm here in Aruba and it's all like, wow, all of the struggles I had because of positive thinking, I realized were my biggest blessings.
Mm.
And again, it's like, and to change what is positive thinking, I believe is like to feed your mind with positive words, suggestions. And I believe that the power of now does
Yeah.
this in a way. It helps you to meditate, but also to change your thoughts of the present, the future, and
Yeah.
the past. So
Oh, it's
this
true.
was, yes, man.
But also, I love, I don't have to talk about the book also, but me, I really love this book. It really changed a lot things, like a lot of things in my life.
Yeah.
Because before I used to be very introverted and very shy, and also I was very stressed. I was a lot in my head. But by reading this book and also practicing meditation, what happened is that one moment, like it happened many times, but one day also I went to a cafe to a cafe like in Barcelona, and I was reading this book, and I was like really in the moment, and I was smiling. I was really peaceful with myself, and then things came, like people like came to me. It was really special, but I didn't even have to talk to strangers, but people, because I was so blessed, or I was so not enlightened, but I was like so like in a positive thinking, but maybe I was not even thinking. I was so present that
Yeah.
people came to speak to me. They say, "Hey, have a good day." And even sometimes, as you are so present, sometimes you are able also to say things or to act, to take some action that maybe you will never have done before. Because we are always, let's say, I give you an example, guys. Let's say you see a beautiful girl in the cafe. I see a beautiful girl in the cafe. And if I am like in my mind thinking, oh, what can I say to her? How can I approach her? Or maybe if I say this, maybe she's going to she's going to reject. But when you're already present, you don't really think about what's going to happen. You just do it. Like you just go and do. And this is also the power of the now. It's like it's being in the moment and doing. It's not only because we are talking about meditation, and maybe most people think that meditation is like you sit and you are like this, closing your eyes and you do nothing. But also being in a state of presence is also by doing. It's also when you're doing, but doing things in the state of the moment, of the present. And most of the like very athletes, super like I don't know, like let's say the footballers or all the basketballers, all the ones, especially I think it was Michael Jordan. I think he said, or one of his greatest power is that he was so good because he was so in the present with the game. He was so much in the moment. And I think it's like it's in his movie, no? I think in the movies that he made, The Last Dance, or like on Netflix, I think it explains a bit this. But it's well, I mean, I want to say this because also there are a lot of people that maybe have the misconception that meditation is like being like not taking action and being passive, but it's not really the case. It's not necessarily the case.
So now, I think it's a great moment to also introduce the gateway experiment
Mm.
that we experience, that we were talking about and that we shared. So now comes to a deeper level on this, right? So guys and girls, I imagine this red rose. And then one day, like the second level I unlocked was a day that a friend of mine sent me this 1 hour long deep meditation that was something called about connect with your higher self. And in this meditation, it takes you into this whole slow process of taking your body into sleep, into like deep state of trance, and then taking to a room to meet your higher self. And this was the first time during this meditation, maybe it was like 40 minutes in, that I just like felt that my legs and everything disappeared. That I was like, whoa, I was like free of my body. It was like, woo, it was my spirit. It was such a deep inner peace that I experienced, that I unlocked something new. And the trick was to put my body to sleep bit by bit. So starting by my toes, and then slowly imagining this warm, fuzzy feeling taking over and like relaxing me and relaxing. So this is kind of somehow my body shutting down, but my spirit staying up and like in the energy. So me and Tom recently were busy. We will add the link somewhere. Talking and also following this meditation tapes called the Gateway Experiment, that not only takes you into a deep meditation, but it also has a sound that makes level your two hemispheres. So you have the right and the left, and then it levels them out. And basically what it says, so I will like keep it very short, super simple, is that like, again, you do this meditation where your soul, your essence can astral travel. So you like go out of your body, and like, for example, now I could like go to this meditation and go to Tom and be sitting there right next to Tom in his room, and I can move my soul around. So like it's like a ghost, or but I want to open up because I really believe this. I believe this with all my heart and my soul, that I have astral travel around the world already. I do it on a daily. I astral travel throughout my successes, and I project myself onto positive things, and I am able to whoops match that energy. So deep topic. Next
very
level.
deep.
So first you have meditation, and then you have visualization, and then you have become plug out of the matrix and transform your society and your world and everything around you. So what do you want to share?
Just to talk a bit about the gateway experiment, just to say also that it's a CIA experiment. That it's a pages that have been done by the CIA. They made research on this about like it's called hemisync. So it's like a hemisphere thinking. So you're thinking your two hemispheres, and you do it with like sound, like with like some sound. But
how does it sound, Tom? Can you like share how does it sound?
It's like really it's really small. I don't know how to do it, but it's like sounds.
Give an example. Come on, you know.
Like it's like one sound that is higher and one sound is a bit lower, and then the difference makes another sound that normally we cannot
It sounded
hear.
like, can I try it? Just and then you continue. It's like it's
It's
like an
like waves.
alien spaceship coming to your brain. Okay, continue. Sorry,
In a
go.
bit.
Yeah.
And they have like CIA have made this experiment because they wanted to spy the Russians like long time ago when like during the Cold War, and they wanted to in a bit like in the series Stranger Things, they wanted to use like the power of going out of bodies to like spy
That's a
in the
good
Russians.
example. That is an amazing example. Can you like also share in the scene what happens? Like this is a great example.
Yeah, for example, in the movie, in the series, like the girl, I think she's 11, the name.
Yeah.
Is like able to astral travel and to like meet people in other part of the world, and she can hear what they say. She can spy on them, and also she can also interact with them. And this is a bit. So this is like it's a theory, but in the it's like this is astral traveling, but also it's a bit what the CIA have tried to do done this. They try to do this to a spy. So basically, that's what it explained well in the papers. But it's also a very good technique also to relax and to also let go of limits or beliefs and to really to release energy, to release like negative energy that's holding you back. It's mostly about this also.
I want to just share as well that all of this has this knowledge, what we're just diving into as well. There's another book I can reference to, as I know what you're going to, Tom. It's good to have books as a standpoint as well. So it's called Mind Control, no, by Jose Silva. Very interesting book as well, talking about more like telepathy, talking about you being able to scan somebody's bodies, heal from a distance, also having healing capabilities, and also just us challenging yourself that you're not just your body, you're not just like this monkey, very intelligent monkey on earth, but it's more deeper. It's like you're a spiritual force, and you are a kind of a player in a game, and you can help your family, you can build around you, or you can get lost in the game, almost like GTA but live in a way. And this soul connection, I believe, by really meditating, connecting, and being able to listen, you're able to be a top player, a top G in the game. So I aspire to be a top G, so I always try to expand in my meditations and my mind and who I am. And I believe me and Tom have reached a level in this that we've kind of like started to tap into different dimensions. No, I would say it is like a different dimension. And I want to just share, like, this is like an open topic to talk about. And last thing I wanted to share, I talked about present, past, moment. So in our 3D reality, our body is experiencing this trifecta. Like, you have the future, the present, the past. But in a spiritual realm or in energetic realm, this does not exist. Okay, it's very mind-blowing. But everything is happening at the same time, and by astral traveling, so what I've learned is you can talk to people that have passed away. So for example, you can have a talk with Einstein, but really deeply with his essence, connect with past leaders, past spirits, and also your future self, or future people, or future circumstances. So where you visualize into the future. So it's really deep how your body, maybe now I can just move the furniture around my house today. I cannot do much, but with my mind, I can start imagining the most beautiful living room on earth, the most beautiful living room. And during the course of this next 6 months, my body then aligns to the vision and makes the living room. So it's like you are this freaking powerful energetic force.
But I love what you say, Bo, but I need to tell you, so I need to cut you down in this, because I
Tell
think,
me.
I have realized also that all of this is like beautiful, and we there are so many things we can explore by astral traveling, visualization, all of this. But what only exists at the end is the now. It's the part is today, because otherwise me, I was a bit. That's why I think I'm saying this, because me, I was a bit trapped in all of this, like meditation, visualization, doing this work. But then you forget your human life. You forget like doing the normal stuff, like going to eat and going to poop, and like your normal life, you're being
having sex.
Yeah, and this is important. Otherwise, why will we be here? Why will we living in this planet if we know that we can do all of this? Maybe it's nice to experience it, but then we have to remember that we live in this planet, and as a human, and we need to live also as a human. Even though we know that we are more, but you know what I mean? It's also like to not be stuck into a mountain and live with monks. And I don't know, I don't judge. Of course, I think everyone is in this process, but also we need to understand how can we live in society also, how we can live with other people and not being alone in our room doing all of this work, but also how to connect with other humans and other people, and help people to grow. I think this is also a part of life.
So I want to use the fire right here.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the fire in the back?
I can see it.
What do you think about when you see fire like this?
Hot, no? Like warm.
Look at me. What does this make you think about?
The hell, no? Or the demon?
The demon, the devil, right? Interesting. And this is one of the polarities, right? The devil, the devil. And I love what you said, because it's so important, Tom. It's a reminder as well that it's not just all hippie, dippy, spiritual. It's like we're real. At the end of the day, we are the body and everything. And today I just had this thought, and I wanted to do the devil thing. I thought to myself, I'm like, Nevin, so wait, you're this very loving, beautiful, caring spirit, like kind of an angel form in this body, but still also the body is like needs to eat, it needs maybe to kill some chickens, and well, now I don't have to because I can buy it, but it's also the body is also kind of the devil. So it's like the angel and the devil in one. And then I was like, so it's like interesting, because they say, hey, here is the devil here on your shoulder, the angel there, but it's also just you in balance. So I believe what you said is perfect. Don't be too spiritual. Don't be too either in the body, because I feel it's a lot of people now that are stuck following their sex drives and just
or their emotions, or
opening up. So you know what I mean? So it's like people are super stuck in the body, or some are like hippies in the mountains, and we want this perfect magic mix of spiritual warrior, right? Of like this spiritual warrior, this enlightened master that can just chop down all the negativity, but
True.
also enjoy life and party on the yacht.
Also, yeah, you need to, when you experience one extreme, you need to experience the other extreme to contrast, to have the contrast in general. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to burn.
Yeah.
Sounds very mean, but you kind of need to symbolically burn in hell in order to reach your heaven.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, I don't know, maybe people want to challenge me there, but before you can reach this level of calmness in your life, you will have to go through some type of turbulence to make you aware that you can change.
I don't know, most of the people that I've talked to and they are into meditations or
Yeah.
trying to do this work in a certain way, they all went through hell or their own hell. They all had like a traumatic things. Maybe they had a breakup, maybe they have no parents, maybe they, I don't know, like really crazy things.
Yeah.
Maybe they got like beaten up when they were a child, like many stories that I've heard, and all of the time it's then this had to happen for them to then after heal and go to this
Wow.
journey of like meditating and understanding the present. Because yeah, I really believe that when I started reading these books, I was in a moment where I was really depressed. But then I was depressed and like having really negative thoughts. But then I understood that depression, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It was only in my mind. I believe that depression, it's not. It doesn't exist. Well, like it's only. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that it doesn't exist because it's only imagination in your mind. That when you feel depressed, it's only like negative thoughts keep coming up, and you create your own depression. It's not something that you catch. It's not like a illness that I have depression and I got it from someone. No, it's like maybe sometimes in your DNA or from your ancestor, you have maybe tendency to be more depressed, but it's more from your thoughts. It's not. It's more from the way of being also.
I challenge just to call it low vibe or high vibe.
Yeah, true.
Right? Like you're not necessarily that you're depressed, that you're just experiencing very low levels of energy that you don't want to get out of bed. You feel like life is not happening for you. And I've called myself depressed, or I've said that I felt depressed. So that's why I'm like, I almost want to challenge. But it does exist, but I do believe it is a construct of your decisions in your mind. It's something that you are fully. It's not like a virus that like a life-threatening virus. You know what I mean? It's people make it more serious and they give it power. Oh, you have depression. Here, take these pills. Oh my God. Oh, let me change my depression, but they don't change any type of action or thinking pattern. They stay depressed and just take the pills. And now they're depressed and addicted.
Yeah, well, what you shared about what you said about the low and the high vibe, you're right to not call it depression. I think you're right to not because if you say the word depression, then you're stuck into the word depression.
Imagine like even this imagine a tire when you inflate it, it's like it fills, and then depressed sounds like it's like low volume of air or energy, so it's like, and I believe you can always with body movements, with words, with sayings, being around people, you can shift it, change it.
Yeah, but at the end, what is depression? What like in general or low vibe? What is it? It's like you're already thinking about what are you thinking about, you think? Like maybe why is this happening to me? Why I'm maybe like the victim?
A lot in that energy, indeed. It's a lot in the
maybe also feeling stuck also, maybe
this is, I think, deep as well. It's when you are not listening to yourself. Often it's when you're in a situation, relationship, you're in some type of area, in some type of commitment that you don't really want to be, and this pulls down or lowers your energy till a place where you get stuck, and it's then you're stuck in the vibe. So because you have low energy, you don't take any type of action to change it, and you're stuck in this cycle then. So you feel low, the job gives you low energy. Because of the low energy, you don't take an action. You just stay there. You get press, and then you get depressed,
Yeah.
depressed. Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's not about the circumstances, the depression or like the low vibe. Maybe it's not about too much about the external factors. Maybe it's more about how you see them or how you perceive them.
Yeah. True.
Because no, of course, it doesn't mean that if you are like in a bad environment, like let's say you are a job that you hate or something, of course, if you can change it, it's maybe it can help to feel better. This for sure. But I think depression or like this kind of vibe is when you are like you feel that you have not the power to change it, or you're stuck because of I don't know, you feel that you cannot really it's not on your responsibility, it's like mostly on responsibility of others. Like yeah, like let's say, oh, I'm feeling bad because my girlfriend, she broke up with me. Like I don't know, like she's a bad person and I feel bad because no one loves me, because no one wants to know. Like maybe this is the kind of thought that maybe people have. I don't know. I used to be having this thought when I was younger, but then I realized that it's
They're also a normal part of life, having the negative thoughts. That's why this is the thing, like negative thoughts, because your brain is part of the devil and part of the earth, part of like the physical manifestation of your brain is designed to keep you alive. So most of its thoughts, maybe 90% of the time, are gonna be negative thoughts, thoughts to protect you, thoughts to like, oh, maybe this person you shouldn't trust it. It's like it's constantly doing that. So positive thinking is not the regular. Positive thinking is not standard thinking.
mm,
See, the standard thinking is fear-based thinking, and you need to elevate upon yourself, knowing that you don't need to survive anymore like you used to when there were tigers and all of these big monsters that could eat you alive. And now that you're living in 2023, you can relax and you can elevate your thinking and think of in terms of positivity, possibility,
yeah,
ideas. But I can understand that it's challenging when you're there, when
yeah,
you are in this dark room and there's nobody there real physical to grab you, to help you out there. And I think it's a powerful topic, man, that we
mm.
can
Maybe
definitely
also,
put on. A lot
yeah,
of people take their own lives because of this as well. And I believe it's like something to not be able to manage your emotions, your thoughts, your
yeah,
energy. And it's also people not having the right access to the correct information to teach them about how they can breathe and relax, and that people don't have to go to drugs or alcohol.
yeah,
So I think it's a very powerful topic that a lot of people on earth struggle with,
yeah, it's true.
depression and yeah,
It's also,
confidence.
yeah, it's also about the feelings that you say, the emotions. And sometimes we are stuck a lot in the emotions that we feel. But we have to understand that it's not it's like chemical happening in you, but it's not really real. It's like when we talked a bit for meditation at the beginning of the podcast, and when we said I think meditation helps you also to be like more aware of your emotions and to understand also that they are not really you, but also the positive ones and also the negative, both. Like if you feel anger because someone, I don't know, like cut the line, I don't know, in the metro or whatever, like someone, like you feel anger. This is not really it's a reaction. It's like a reaction to something that pisses you off or that you are not okay with. But maybe also you feel joy, maybe also sometimes because it's a reaction or something that you would like, you wanted it to happen. But it's, I don't know. It's like also if you're stuck into the joy, also you also attract the anger, or because it's interesting though. It's like also when you're able to detach from your emotions, or it doesn't mean that you don't have to feel, but when you're like understand them. Yeah, this is a bit um like a line, or to explain it. So it doesn't mean that you don't have to be a robot and not feeling anything, but it's actually like to understand that you have emotions and you're able to be aware of them. And of course, sometimes you can experience them, you can feel them, but understanding that it's not fixed or it's not new, no? It's a bit like what Stoicism explained in a bit, no, in the Stoic philosophy. To be a bit more stoic, like it's a bit to be more analytical in your actions.
So I had like another idea. So imagine your emotions are like music. songs. Each emotion is a song, and you're the DJ. You're the DJ. You thought that there was a DJ playing songs in your life, and then there are like all these emotions you're going through is not in your control, but you are the DJ. You're constantly choosing the emotions that you want to play, and it determines the vibe of the party. So have you ever been to a party with a very low, like slow, not really fun music, and then the party stays like, but if you put some reggaeton or if you put some booty shaking, high energy, high pace, the people are gonna start to dance and celebrate around you. So it's the same type of your emotions. Think of them as a song, or the music, the kind of the music of your life that you have playing in the background. And when you're depressed, you're playing the sad song, or you're playing the
Yeah.
sad albums, and you're constantly choosing to listen to the same sad story in the sad album. But then it's also being around people that are playing other types of songs, so you can hear their positive song, and really find it like that. Don't make it too difficult to come to understand your emotions, but just imagine them as like a type of play, they're like an audio file, and then they only have this frequency, and you can have positive, negative. You can listen to rock, metal, being is like.
Mm.
You can listen to Rocky Balboa,
Mm.
but without the song, you can also do the same effect.
Agree,
And
bro.
that's why, yeah, bro, I try
But
to be like a pit bull song when I arrive.
mm,
I arrive in the room. I'm like, the pit bull, this bald guy, bro. I'm like, yeah,
yeah. But also, was there is a trap, I think, in this because also most people what they want in life is to be happy. Like they always want to be happy or joyful all the time. And then when they like get some sadness because I don't know something happened or they get a breakup, I don't know, or someone passed away in their family or something, or like they get sad for any reason or they get anger, then they no they I don't accept these emotions because I say no, my purpose is to be happy in life. But I feel this is a trouble because at the end, maybe we are not here. Well, I don't know, but we are not. I don't think we are here to be happy. I don't think our purpose in life is to be happy all the time. I don't think it's about always feeling joy and happiness. I think it's about experiencing both. It's about experiencing them both, not only the happiness but also the anger sometimes and the stress and all of this. And doesn't mean that you have to get stuck. Actually, when you're like just here to experience them, you'll just let them go. Like maybe someone pass away in your family, you feel maybe very sadness for some time, but then at least it goes away. You let it go, but you don't keep this emotion for years because there are some people that don't accept grief. Like they are in grief for many years. They don't accept that someone passed away. Well, it's a very sensible subject, but I think it's like when you let go or when you really experience the emotion, like let's say you really experience the sadness of someone passing
yeah,
away, then you really experience it and you let it, you cry, etc. Your body really experience it, and then you just let it go and then you accept it. But if you block it, if you block yourself
yeah,
crying and if you block yourself experiencing the sadness, then you just keep it playing. You keep it because your metabolism needed maybe to let it go, but you don't allow it to let
beautiful,
it
man.
go.
That was really, really well said. I can relate
Mm.
for
I don't
sure.
know. Yeah, for me it happened more. Like one of my grandfather passed away, like I think 1 year ago or 2 years ago, and I felt very sad. But I was really in the moment. I felt very present when he like passed away when he died. I cried. I was very sad for like maybe one day, but then after I felt very liberated. And I don't know. It's like when you say, "Oh," I mean, it's like when you say, "Oh, why this person died?" It's not nice. Also, it's different. I don't want also. It's different. My story is a bit different because it's a grandfather and it's normal. It's more like natural, of course, and you accept it more easily. Not to when it's like an older person dying, it's easier to accept than if it's your child. For example, if it's your child, it's much more difficult for sure because you don't accept it. You don't expect it. No, it's something that is not expecting. But still, it's I think the same process. It's the same process of feeling the emotion. And I don't say it's easy or to do. I should say that sometimes it's by holding back, like by staying stuck with the emotion or like not letting flow that we also get stuck into it.
So then I want to just go deeper than what you said. So how can you give any tips on how you can feel an emotion better? Maybe there's some people listening that have been suppressing a type of emotion for a long time. Would you be able to share a type of yeah, some tips or method?
Yeah, I think I just it's kind of meditation, but it's more like I breathe, I stop. Let's say I have a bad news now and I'm about to get angry, or I'm about to feel very bad, or I don't know, like sad. I'll stop a bit. I'll maybe breathe. Then maybe I will feel maybe the anger, and I will do it. Maybe I will be angry for 5 minutes, but then after it goes away, and then I don't feel angry anymore. Or if I feel sad, it's the same. But it's like really letting it flow, no? Because if you, especially more, this is a good topic, I think, for men, because as a man, sometimes we are said a lot that we don't should not cry, and we should like really be able to stay always like strong. But I think this is killing a lot of men, also to keeping your sadness inside. Sometimes it's good to let it go and cry. You don't have to cry in front of everyone. It don't mean that you have to cry in public, but at home, if you want to let it go, you can do it, as a man or as a woman, it's the same.
Yeah, and also sometimes I feel like by being present, you can be aware of like things that are not going well, and you can also take some form of action to
Yeah.
change. So this is the thing that I also love it that you said about the feelings. So I don't say to ignore your feelings ever, but
Mm.
there's a lot of people also ignoring all of the actions, the words that they can say, things that they can do to change the way they feel.
Mm.
Maybe it's to communicate to somebody in a relationship, or it's a job that they don't like, and that as well. So there's also a thin line where these negative emotions, they exist. There's the sad song on the radio. There's once in a while as well. You need to be able to feel and be in the moment and express that. But I believe there's just some people that then fall into the sad song period and don't know how to get out of it. You know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they have like a word gloomy, where you see outside just a few clouds, but they see outside, they see a whole storm, and this like negativity outlook is keeping the world also stuck in a way.
Yeah.
But there's
But
so many things that are
I
factors that are
agree. Yeah.
now playing a role. There is now technology that is like also draining a lot of our energy, our time, our resources. The world is shifting, foods
Mm.
that we're eating. There's so many things we need to be now taken care of or be conscious of. So it's very deep,
Yeah.
and I feel that
But
meditation kind of connects everything together.
I mean, yeah, I think what I wanted to say mostly is that the danger is mostly to seek happiness, or or the fake happiness. I mean, because happiness is a big word, but I mean the happiness that most people and even us we look for, like the joy, or like the instant gratification, for example, that you have on your phone, or like this kind of happiness. It's something like that is not stable. I mean, it's something that you can feel for a moment. Let's say, I don't know, now you get a new client, yeah, you feel very happy, but still maybe next day you lose a client. I don't know I don't know what to explain it, but I mean, seeking the happiness doesn't maybe makes you fulfilled. Maybe it doesn't make you fulfilled, but maybe instead of seeking happiness, you can seek peace, or seek connection with God, connection with the universe in your day to day. I think it can be more powerful. I mean, imagine every day you wake up and you say, "Oh, today I want to be happy." So let's say this is what you're thinking all the time. But let's say you don't find happiness, so then you will feel sad because you didn't find happiness, and then you'll get depressed. But let's say you wake up in the morning and you say,
Yeah.
"I'm seeking my peace," or I'm seeking connection with God, or connection with the universe. I'm seeking to strengthen, like to have a bigger or stronger relationship with God. No, like maybe this is what we are here for. I don't know. It's a bit what I wanted to say. I'm having also this thought the last days, or so that's why I'm sharing. But maybe it's not about being happy. But that's why maybe I'm wrong. But maybe a lot of philosophers and maybe a lot of cultures, it's about being happy, and there are a lot of other cultures. It's else. It's something else. But so it's not good or bad, But it's interesting.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful, man. I think I will like share this as like one of the last topics to just wrap it off. So I love what you shared. I we talked about this as well in one of the previous episodes, but we shared that it's when you want to make friends, for example, and then we're really needy, you're really like, oh, I don't have any friends, I need a friend. People don't want to be your friend. And when you started to share now, I was like, is this guy being hypocritical? Why is Tom saying no but not being happy? He's one of the happiest people I know. And I'm like, there's so many people that like, why are you like, but then I thought about it. It's very good example when you think about making friends. And it's like if you constantly seek to have friends, and that is the motivation when you want friends, you may seek, but again, you would be in the wrong energy where you would have to think, how would I feel when I have these friends? What would I feel? I would feel listened to. I feel understood. I feel as part of something. And you can start tapping into these feelings, even this energy, before really seeking just the end result. So let's say I understand as well, anyway, like happiness is the end result, but maybe there are multiple other vibration feelings around not just being happy. Because what is being happy? What is being happy for Tom
Yeah,
is
that's right.
not being happy for Nevin. You know what I mean? Maybe you are happy with to dance reggaeton, but I want to dance some Caribbean music,
Yeah.
for example. So everybody also has their different level of happiness and what it is for them. But I just believe, man, that peace stays very important. Understanding that you are in control of your mind is very important, and being able to share, and also being able to listen to the opinions of others is very, very important. This is crucial to changing your mind, to just being open-minded. And I love you, like, you know how many discussions me and Tom have had, like, oh, this was not even a discussion, but just really deep discussions, and at the end you can learn so much from it by being peaceful and not being close-minded, hard-minded.
No, it's deep. Well,
So,
I don't say I'm right. But well, maybe I'm an happy person because I don't look for happiness. Well, well, happiness is beautiful, but
so
some
when you
days
message me to go to the D9 at the middle of the night, you're not looking for happiness, no?
yeah, of course. But it's not. I mean that I'm not stuck in seeking for it. Well, that's what I mean. Of course, you want to be feeling happy sometimes,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't
I
want to
get.
feel sad also. But
Yeah,
it's part of life, well, to be feel sad and also to feel happy. But I don't know. I feel deep inside what I look for more is to be present, to be more in the present, and also I've changed more a bit these days. Now I'm thinking more my relationship with God. Well, I think this is more what we are here also for, because also meditation is a bit about this. Also, you will start connecting with the universe. I think.
definitely. It's like praying. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely. All right, man. I think we're gonna start wrapping it up
Yeah.
for a beautiful episode. We did our first virtual Zoom meeting. I love this background. The fire is a bit too hot though. Like next
Yeah, you
time,
see,
please
I
turn
see
it
that
down
you're
because
sweating.
I'm
Yeah.
sweating, man. It's right next to me, and yeah, just let's look for a different one
Let's
without a
do high
fire.
five. Okay, I have to do it like
Yeah,
this.
come on, wait.
Okay,
Yeah, three, two, one,
one.
go.
Ole, high five. I have a big hand. You have a small one.
Thank you for coming, Tom. Thank you, thank you. Go. Hey.
Ole, ole. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you like also the format. It's a bit different because we
Yeah.
are two. We miss Flo, but it's
In a
coming back.
couple of weeks, we will all be in Aruba shooting from the
Yeah,
beach. So Tom is getting ready for his packing his suitcase.
yeah, for sure. And I love also. I'm I know I'm curious also if you liked it. Also our topic today was a bit different, but it was very. We share a lot of advice, no, or a lot of tips. But it was very nice too.
It was different. It was not as magical, really being in the studio, looking Tom in the eyes, and like really,
It's
really
different.
being able to high five real after. But it's still, I love it. I love that we're still committing, and that we show up, and this is important. And I believe that this is also the proof of the century,
Mm.
because it's those that can keep showing up and not really see immediate results. There are those that can change the world. So
Yeah,
Tom, thank you
yeah,
for
sure.
showing up.
Thank you for showing up too, man.
All right,
Thank
man.
you. Have a beautiful but guys and everyone have a beautiful week. We'll post this ASAP and we'll make more also coming with Papi Flow that we miss a lot too.
And also, so as a bonus, together with this episode, as a bonus, Tom has a special audio course that he's working on to help you to guide you through the first few meditations. So it's gonna be very, very basic, right, Tom? It's just like a one, two,
Yeah,
three.
you make a promise that I didn't say, but it's fine. I will if you guys give me feedback and send me
Okay,
some
yeah,
message that you want it,
let's
I
do
will do
that.
it. But I will
If
Yeah.
3 people or more, okay? If 3 people or more comment and say yes, people, hey, everybody say yes. Yes, for Tom's meditation guide, he will do it, all right? He's waiting
Yeah.
for the permission, and then
Yeah.
he will do it. He's almost there, all right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Tom.
Thank you. No, if you really ask me, if you're really interested, I will do it. But I will not do. I don't know. I'm not going to do it if no one is interested too. Also.
So Tom
So
is a
it's
meditation expert Buddha with over 10 years of experience, just filling in the gaps there. And if you want to learn meditation from him, there you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hope you like the puppies. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Take care, man.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.